Hi, I'm Brad Hunter. I'm a family law lawyer, family mediator, family arbitrator, and I just want to explain to you today some of the reasons that you really do not want to end up going to court if you are in the middle of a family law matter. Now, the first things first is to recognize what are some of the main points wrong with courts, that is. The first one is that separation does not fit into the legal system. The courts were never designed to deal with divorce. They were never designed to deal with children's issues or dealing with all the complicated issues that come up, nor are courts designed to deal with ongoing problems. Instead, the courts are dealing with fights over who owns land or who got hurt in a car accident. It really doesn't work very well in a family law system. Secondly, it's extremely expensive. $10,000 or more is probably the minimum cost you will have if you end up in trial. It could be many multiples of that. Ongoing difficult divorces, the high conflict ones, can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally. The courts are slow. Even if you wanted to go to court today, you will first need to complete mediation, arbitration, something like that. You'll need to commence a court action. You will need to wait time. It'll be 3 or 4 months likely until you get your first date in court. And that's only for temporary hearings. After that, you will need to address long-term issues and long-term problems. It'll take a year to get to a pretrial conference and 2 years to get to trial. Often the judges may take several months to give their decisions. And if you ever go to the courts of appeal, it'll be 3, 4, or 5 years before your case is resolved. The legal system increases conflict. What happens is your lawyers will tend to focus on the negative. They'll focus on the conflict. They'll focus on the crisis. And you'll start to hear from your spouse all the awful things that you did in the past. Everyone has done them, and quite often things go from bad to worse. The courts are inefficient. They're slow. They're ponderous. They only work on paper right now in Saskatchewan. You're expected to show up for hearings, although with COVID, it is a little bit different. It simply is not a very efficient system. Your lawyers will write letters back and forth. You'll get documents that you should get on the first day, may take 6 months to get. You don't get a say in the final outcome. Most cases, if it's decided by a judge, the judge obviously decides what's best for your kids and for you, or what the outcome should be. And you don't get a say, because that's why you went to see a judge, because you couldn't agree. Everyone settles anyway. 99% of cases settle. Often people will spend tens of thousands of dollars fighting it out in court to just come to an agreement, either at a pretrial conference or at the eve of trial. And finally, court orders are hard to enforce. Well, you may get an order to how the parenting is going to work, and your ex may simply not agree to follow it, or may play games with how it will be interpreted. And it's remarkable that you spend all that money to go to court and you can't even enforce what was agreed to or what was ordered by the judge. So at the end of the day, courts are expensive, slow, and don't address your needs. Consider going with family mediation or family arbitration. There are numerous options of who to use out there.